Many English learners can start a conversation. They can say hello, they can answer a question, they can give basic information. But something often happens after that. The conversation slows down, the energy drops, silence appears, and the learner thinks, I don't know what to say next. This session is about that moment, not about grammar, not about vocabulary size, about how conversations continue naturally. Native speakers do not plan conversations. They do not search for clever sentences. They do not prepare responses. They react. They connect. They follow energy. Conversation is not a performance. It is a shared movement. Most conversations continue because of small responses, not big ideas. People don't add new topics. They add small extensions. Listen to how this works. Someone says, I went to a new cafe yesterday. A learner might respond, oh, nice, and stop. A native speaker might respond, oh, really? Where was it? Same information level, different continuation. The difference is not language ability, it is direction of attention. Native speakers listen for open ends. Open ends invite continuation. Words like yesterday, new, first time, interesting, strange. These words create openings. Native speakers instinctively follow them. This is not talent, it is habit. Conversation continues through interest signals. Interest does not require complex English. It requires short follow-up reactions. People say, really? How was it? What happened? Why's that? These phrases are small, but they are powerful. They push conversation forward. Now notice something important. Native speakers rarely answer with finality. They avoid closing sentences. Instead of, it was good, they say, it was pretty good, actually. That word, actually, keeps the door open. Conversation thrives on unfinished edges. Learners often aim for completeness. Native speakers aim for flow. Now listen to how people share reactions. They don't give opinions like essays. They give emotional markers. They say, that's interesting. That sounds stressful. That must have been nice. These phrases acknowledge the speaker. Acknowledgement is fuel. Conversation is powered by acknowledgement. Now notice how people return questions. Someone asks, what do you do? A learner answers, I work in IT, and stops. A native speaker answers, I work in IT, what about you? Same vocabulary, different result. Conversation continues because of symmetry. Native speakers return energy. They don't hold it. Now listen to how people slow conversation instead of stopping it. They say, yeah, I know what you mean. That's kind of true. I've thought about that too. These phrases pause without ending. Pauses are not silence, they are space. Now think about storytelling. Native speakers do not tell full stories at once. They release information slowly. They wait for signals. If the listener reacts, they continue. If not, they stop. Conversation is adaptive. Learners often over-deliver or under-deliver. Native speakers adjust. Now listen to how people change topics smoothly. They don't announce it. They say, speaking of that reminds me. Actually, these phrases slide conversation sideways. No pressure, no explanation. Now listen to how people rescue awkward moments. They don't panic. They say, anyway, so yeah, where was I? These phrases reset flow. Conversation repair is normal. Native speakers expect it. Learners fear it. Now notice how humor appears, not jokes, light comments. People say, story of my life, typical, of course. These phrases connect emotionally. They don't need perfect timing, they need familiarity. Now listen to how people show listening. They say, yeah, right. These sounds matter. They signal presence. Silence without signals feels heavy. Silence with signals feels supportive. Now notice the rhythm. Conversation is not fast, it is responsive. It speeds up with excitement, it slows down with reflection. Native speakers follow rhythm, learners fight it. Now here is something important. Conversation skill is not speaking more, it is inviting more. Inviting does not require vocabulary, it requires awareness. Awareness of emotional tone, unfinished ideas, open words, reaction points. These are learnable. Listening for continuation points is a skill. This session trains recognition, not performance, not perfection, just noticing how conversations breathe. If you practice noticing how people respond, how they extend, how they return questions, your English will change naturally. You will stop feeling responsible for the conversation. You will feel part of it. That is the shift. Conversation is shared work. You are not carrying it alone. In future sessions, we can explore conversation recovery, humor and understatement, storytelling flow, conversational confidence without speed. For today, listening is enough. Let these patterns become familiar.